score as it sits right now. That best catch final was riveting, and it is currently 21-15, which will be the score to start this third flag football game. It can happen per half per team. Derek Carr on 2nd and 23. Drops it off to Mark Andrews. Skirting. Full head of steam.
Teammate to teammate on this critical 4th down.
Misses Jamar Chase with some pressure in his face. The middle of the season was good.
He has a chance to work with his quarterback. Thinks he's going to have a big game 3.
Pressure from Ray. And the AFC defense is able to get a stop on the half-yard line.
You can kind of play center field with him. Uh-oh, is he coming? Here he comes.
7 yards off. All of a sudden, it's much quicker when it's Tyreek Hill, who makes a massive pass breakup after rushing the passer on 4th down. Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, denies the NFC.
The AFC with Ray Lewis says, okay, we see what you're doing with Turpin. Here's our version of Turpin. Tyreek Hill, I thought he might come, but he stops. Now he just is an athlete, reads the eyes, and of course, with the quicks that he has, able to get up in the air and knock that ball down. What a play by 10. In a hurry.
I think the big thing here is you also got a lot of big football brains that got a chance to experience flag football in the first one. If you're not here for the first game of the 3-game flag football series, it was fireworks. Buda Baker coming from center field. Pick it off Derek Carr on the sideline. What a play from the Arizona Cardinal, who's grittying all over Vegas.
Just like real football, even in flag football, the pass rush is the key to be able to get pressure. Quarterback has to get the ball out of his hands, and there's Baker just reading his eyes, sitting back there in zone. He does that as well as any safety in the NFL. Steps right in front of Jamar Chase, feet down.
Now, and we got 2 minutes left in the first half. Game 3, flag football. CeeDee Lamb with a reception from Kirk Cousins. That would be the exact order, and it turns out it is true. The script reads as you think. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who bombs a ball in celebration.
How about this Vikings to Lions connection, not only for this touchdown, but really in his 3rd game? He's been looking his way, and why not? He's got a nice soft cushion right up here in the slot and just times it up. Ball gets out of his hands before the defense can make the adjustments, and they get the first touchdown of this game in the 3rd game. Ray Lewis fired up.
George Kittle had the opportunity to take the lead for the NFC. Back. Josh Jacobs now handed the rock. Play action. Carr on the move. Strike to Jamar Chase. Touchdown AFC.
He wants to go celebrate. He's bringing everybody with him.
Team. I don't know what was about to happen there. Excited to see it unfold.
How about the design rollout? The pressure's been causing problems for Carr, so they designed to get him away from that. There's Peyton deciding, hey man, we can't, the pressure getting to Derek Carr, affecting the confidence maybe, ball's getting out a little bit too fast, rolls him away from it, and then finds that soft spot in the zone.
Derek Carr, gritty. Love seeing that.
Last couple weeks with the Raiders, kept all of his thoughts and just his emotions in check.
Had Jamar Chase, opts for Tyreek Hill in the back. Have to answer with 35 seconds left in the half. Swings to Kyle Juszczyk. That was a lateral seemingly. He throws to Justin Jefferson, who gets tackled immediately by Minkah Fitzpatrick. One of the greatest flag tackles I've seen.
I like how you said allegedly. That was pretty close, right? Cousins has got to make sure that this is a backwards pass. Looks like it is. And then Juszczyk, he told us yesterday at the walkthrough, it's happening. I'm definitely throwing the ball tomorrow. They've saved it for this 3rd game for him to make that play.
Seconds left in the half. Drops it off to Hawkinson, who gets tackled by...
He's down. short.
Are they going to have enough time? They are not, and that will be how the cookie crumbles to end the half for the NFC. They're going to discuss when he caught it, when he didn't have it.
NFC, their final. Clock operator, please reset the game.
See, I thought they had a timeout left. That's why I was wondering why this is either a touchdown or the end of the half. He's down, clearly, but they did have a timeout left.
You're allowed to use 2 in one half? Yep.
Now there are going to be 3 seconds left in this half as we go, too.
What a better time than now. Touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, who does the discus toss as opposed to the shot put that he did earlier on a touchdown. This is just good from Eli with the timeout, the discussion.
Tyreek Hill's all about the pressure that we saw last time the NFC was in this area, and it worked out. But nobody accounts for Juszczyk out of the backfield, and it's an easy touchdown for Cousins in the NFC.
7. Kirk Cousins going for a 1-point conversion here from the 5. Time. Strike the CD Lamb. Might have been the glasses, though. Kirk Cousins swinging to Kyle Juszczyk.
Not
lateral,
this time.
Fake pass. Remember, only one first down on the whole field, and it's 20 yards away from the original drive start, and they just picked it up with a completion to Kyle Juszczyk.
Trailed 21-15 to start the game.
Kevin O'Connell coming over to the Vikings this year was certainly a burst of good luck. Justin Jefferson with 2 shakes. Kittle over the middle to make up for the drop from earlier. Touchdown to the San Francisco 49er faithful legend. Quick floss for the kids of Fortnite.
We've seen the Niners really step up here on this drive. Chance with Juszczyk, and now Kittle gets into the end zone. What a throw. And there's that competitive spirit by Kirk Cousins. Big conversion coming up right here.
Just a couple years ago, people would not have expected that. A lot of chatter about Kirk throughout his entire career. All he does is ball, outrunning Max Crosby. Conversion to Jefferson.
You're running for your life, and Max Crosby is stalking. Who in the heck are you going to look up? You're going to look up your teammate. Somehow avoids that. Now he's like, where's my guy? Where's 18? There he is. Yeah,
that is the effect on every single part of the next generation.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. We have his microphone on still, though. Don't know how technology works. Josh Jacobs can throw this. Throws it back to Derek Carr. Derek Carr with a shot to Stephon Diggs, who caught the ball with his knee on the ground, which it'll be spotted at the 8.
Devontae Adams to the far right.
Still technically on the roster.
Yeah.
Foregone conclusion.
Must score for the AFC.
Derek Carr in Vegas to Dawson Knox for a touchdown at the Pro Bowl games. No time to celebrate, says Peyton Manning, who's going to have to find his best 2-point play, but here's Derek Carr making a play.
He's matched up there against, you could argue, the best linebacker in the NFL right now, Freddie Warner, and he gave him enough of a cushion and made it easy to get to the outcut and find that soft spot, and a good throw. Snoop fired up.
From the 5, 2 from the 10, obviously.
This is the time.
Throw to Josh Jacobs. We have time. Almost a pick to Buddha. Covering Devontae. 2-point game we have. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left and running. 3, 2 minutes left. Flag football game with Kirk Cousins in control. Quick toss to CD Lamb, who is top to tackle. Right back up. It is football. Sometimes things like that are going to happen. What a catch by Juszczyk. Right in front of Roquan.
You know, with McCaffrey not playing as much, Cook, Barkley, they turned to Juszczyk almost the entire game, and he delivers here.
Only just, like a pickup of 4 yards,
but just spectacular effort and play, athleticism, airborne.
Give me that. Kyle Juszczyk says to said Duke.
Back, working through that thought process, trying to stay ahead of things.
Justin Jefferson in motion gets the ball. Seems like a smart concept whenever you can do it. And he was tackled. Kirk Cousins. Flags flying before we even saw what happened.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense.
Not
Illegal
good.
rush. Defense. That penalty's declined. Holding. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
Peyton saying they got to throw it.
Here we go.
Somebody knows a bylaw in this rule book.
That's a penalty. He said I can take a knee. That's a penalty. You can't do that. You can't run. He said I can take a knee. The ball from there. That's a penalty. Look, he's hot. It's a penalty. It's hot, man. It's not the fact. He can't run. Champion, man. He said I could. I have been. I asked him. I don't know.
Peyton furious with his Pac-12 official. The intricacies of flag football being argued about by Peyton Manning. I love everything about it.
Yeah, that was great. What a way to finish. I mean, these 3 games were fantastic. Great entertainment. These guys bought in as players. Very competitive, and it comes down to the very last possession here, and the NFC holds on.
Eli Manning getting the Gatorade bath from the boys. Undefeated in Pro Bowl flag footballs. Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and others saying, you know what, Eli? Congrats on beating the hell out of Peyton Manning in the re-envisioned Pro Bowl games.